Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be checking out a game called Luxuriant. Luxuriant is, imagine a deck of cards. You have the royals, the jack, queen, and king. What if they had their own kingdom? But imagine there's also more than just the royals. What if there are citizens? What if there are weapons, resources, and 4 billion different seeds of gameplay that you can try out? That's right, 4 billion with a B and so much more. Let's check out this title. It is going to be a roguelike and it is going to be a deck builder, which we love. Both of those combined. First and foremost, let's start off in the market. We're going to do a quick unboxing or opening up a pack to start, and if you wait until the end, I will save up enough gems to open up the ultimate one. But right now we're just going to open up a simple gold pack. Let's hit purchase and let's see what we can unlock. Okay, we got the gold key. That's a common card. Ooh, a coif. That looks like a hood. Gives you, looks like some additional health possibly. That'd be nice. Uncommon. Another copper key. Common. Ooh, so if you have a repeat of a citizen, it rewards you with gems back. And a voter. Rare. Okay, a civic voice. In reserves, upon attacking royals in your lineup, gain +2 multiplier. Awesome. Let's go ahead and proceed. So we have 3,600 left. We will save up and get that prismatic at the end of the run. So we're gonna go ahead and do a run. I'm gonna kind of explain some things as we go, as always. First and foremost, we get to start off by choosing our 6 royal cards that will go into our deck. So the ace card is a cavalry in lineup, which I will describe lineup and reserves later. But when it is in the lineup, when it attacks, it will deal +1 damage per reserve citizens you have. Now, right here, you can see there is a score. So this will score us 15 points. This is the multiplier. It's ×1, so it would just be 15 points. It has 3 health, and anytime a card attacks, it receives 1 damage. Simple as that. And then it will only do 1 damage. All right. So that is the ace card. The Baron has a Liberty Bond. When he is in lineup, if he attacks, if the Freeman, which is a citizen, is in your reserve, deal 5 damage. So there's a specific citizen called the Freeman. So if he is in your reserves, then this Baron will do additional 5 damage. Now, the Baron is nice because between his score and his multiplier, he will get you 50 score. He also has a lot of health. So I'm actually going to take him. The Chancellor in lineup, when reserving a citizen, so when you take a citizen from your hand and put it in the reserves, you will gain 5 coins. That's nice. His scoring's only 30. He does only have 2 hearts and 1 damage. I'm not sure about him. You know what? Let's go ahead and just take him because coins could be nice. The Duke will get us when he is promoted. So when he goes up into the lineup, so that when you go from reserve to lineup, that's called being promoted. All other royals will get +2 health. Now this is a one-time thing, so you want to make sure you already have royals in the lineup so they will benefit from that. Any royals added to the lineup after the fact will not receive it. It's only upon him being promoted. But that is really nice because it allows you to keep your royals being healed, because when they die, if they run out of health, then they die, they go in and get banished. And you can't get banished cards back unless you play a certain card called a boon card. So he's a really nice one to have. Not the biggest score, he doesn't have health himself, but you can actually upgrade and add more health, add more damage, add multipliers, and score later on when you're at a tavern. The Envoy, when he is in the lineup, spawned enemies have their drain reduced by 10. Drain is basically the enemy's way of decreasing your score. So that's really good to have. He also has a pretty good score and he does 2 damage, which is really nice. The Joker, or the Fool, when he is in lineup, whenever he attacks with any card, or sorry, when attacking with any card, because you can also attack with weapons, you will gain 2 coins. I just like him because he does 2 damage and he has a 2x multiplier, so if we can increase his score, he already will be in a good position. And lastly is the General. When he is in the lineup, when attacking, all royals deal +3 damage to beasts. Now, what I like about him is simply his score, health, and damage. So we're going to go with him, and we're going to go ahead and start the run. So we select our 6 royals. First thing we're going to have is a battle to start. Now, you can actually score by 2 different ways. You can score by simply banking or putting your scorecards into the bank. So if I click bank all up here, it will simply move all my scoring cards in. My goal is to hit 25 this first round. I have a total of 40 cards in my deck. I've drawn 6. If you end up either not scoring enough by the time you run out of deck, then you lose. So that's one thing we want to make sure is that we do score enough and we don't run out of cards in the deck. So let me go ahead and add the Fool into the reserves. So here's our reserves and here is our lineup. The only way for these individuals to actually attack is they need to be promoted into the lineup. So now I can click attack and attack any of these guys I want. However, I have the Duke. Remember, the Duke will heal and give +2 health to the Fool if I simply promote him. So now we have +4 health, which is awesome. So as you can tell, this guy will get me 30 score. However, do you see the purple up here? That is the drain. So these numbers will subtract from our score that we will be receiving. The Giant here will drain 17. The Bison will drain 19 and the Wolf will drain 10. And they each have 2 health. So if I were to try to attack with the Duke, I would actually not eliminate them. So one thing I will want to do is if I attack with a Fool, I will get enough score to actually get victory. I will lose 1 health. And the other thing to note is whenever you don't succeed or whenever you end your turn, the enemies will receive this additional drain each turn. So if I were not to succeed on this one and I were simply to end my turn, then this drain would increase from 17 to 19, from 19 to 21, and from 10 to 12. So we definitely want to end this round as soon as possible. I'm just going to go ahead and attack the Wolf because it would mean I get a higher score. So you can see up here, coins left at bonus, victory bonus, banishing bonus. So if you banish an enemy, you get 10 coins, but we're gonna add up our jewels. So we got 52 jewels from that round. Now I get to draft a new card. Aristocrat. In reserves, weapons will deal +1 damage. I could get a weapon, which is a spear. It does cost you 3 score, so there is a little bit of a cost to benefit ratio, but it does 2 damage. So if there's a very high level enemy that has a lot of drain, if I get rid of them, normally the new enemy spawning will spawn with a lower drain value. So it's sometimes nice to have weapons or the urban roots. In reserves, when purchasing, purchases cost 1 less coin. So up in the top right, you can see I could repurchase cards that I've banked or cards that have been discarded. They do have a cost value. So sometimes it's a strategy. If you have some high value cards, like a 10 pointer, it's worthwhile to actually buy it back and play it again. So this guy would just reduce it so they would cost 1 less. I'm going to go ahead and do that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and go into the next battle. Proceed. So I can either choose battle, shops, or face the boss. Obviously, you want to wait for the boss until the very end or until you got a lot of cards built up. So let's say continue. New opponents. So we have a wyvern, I call him a chimera. I don't know if it's chimera or chimera, and then a troll. So we got new enemies. Now they're going to increase their drain rate by 4 instead of 2. These are the boon cards or the boon coins. So if I have a royal that has been banished, aka it has died, then this will return it back into my hand. So we're going to go and just discard them. If I bank them, I believe that means I use them and then they disappear from my deck. And then we'll hit bank all on everything else. I will move this guy up, but I'm not going to promote him because remember, he's going to give additional health to any of my actual royals that are in the lineup. These guys don't attack, so we don't ever have to worry about being attacked. Okay, perfect. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to banish this one. I'm going to go ahead and play this one. I'm going to play the 5 gold last. And the reason for that is because when I play it last, I get 5 gold and then I can buy back for 2. So now I'm just making 3 gold by doing this several times, and I'm going to end my turn. Also, the earlier you do end the round, the more bonus points you do get. So it's not good to just sit around doing what I'm doing right now. If I had other enemy or other royals that I could have actually defeated them, I would have, but I don't really have anyone else that is good. Okay, we can play the card we drew. So when purchasing, it costs 1 less. So technically I could purchase this and it costs 1 less, and then I can play it again, and I can purchase it, cost 1 less, and play it again. Now I'm going to go ahead and hit bank all to bank everything else. You can only ever purchase twice. You can only ever reserve cards 3 times. So there are some limitations to be aware of, but I will go ahead and play this card. I will put him up, and then I'm going to promote this one so he gets additional health. I will then attack and see 21 points, victory, and victory. Let's go with one that gets me victory. All right, we got 97 jewels from that round. So just some little life hacks as far as buying back the gold coins. It is nice. Okay, public caravan. In reserve, when a weapon is used, gain 10 points. This is a weapon that will do 3 damage and cost 3, or a silver key. Some of the shop options is you actually get to use keys and you get to open up chests. I'm gonna go with constituent, and we're gonna go to our first shop. Let's see what we come across. Okay, the tavern. This is where we're gonna be able to upgrade royals. Literally, I can increase their score, their health, their multiplier, or their damage. So let's go ahead and hit continue. Now, let me see. Again, the Joker already has a ×2 multiplier, which is great. The General, though, is also ×2. He has a good amount of health and a good amount of damage. So I'm going to increase his points by 5. It only costs 2 coins, so I can do this quite a good amount. You can also increase the multiplier. That costs 20 coins. Health costs 10 and damage costs 15. So I'm going to actually increase his multiplier 1 time. So now I got to make sure that obviously I draw him a lot because I just really made him super strong. Let me increase up the Joker a couple times as well because I do like that he does 2 damage. And the reason I like them at 2 damage is because the minimum health that most enemies will have is 2. All right, we are unfortunately being ambushed. So this is completely different. This troll is going to attack. So let me go ahead, and I can't play the guy at all. I have to bank. This one's different. You don't have to worry about a score at all. You just have to remove basically the opponent and the enemy. So I'm gonna have to discard that guy. And the only people that can do damage are the royals, and I can't buy back anything. So literally it's so simple. You just hit bank all, and then I simply discard. I will play this one. Now he does have a 50% chance to parry damage back to the attacking royal. I don't like that because if I use him right now, then he will die. So let me go ahead and end turn. What I would like to do is I'd like to obviously get the 1 card that will give additional health to my other ones. I'm gonna go ahead and discard him, end turn. Okay, he's going to die, so I don't want him. Discard. But very similar, if I run out of cards, then I'm done. Okay, perfect. I can play this one and he will increase health. The only thing is it's still not quite what I wanted. Let's see. Oh, and also I did forget to bank all. You are supposed to always bank things because if you don't bank them, then they actually won't get automatically banked. So this guy's gonna probably die. Okay, we did at least do 2 damage. We only took 1 back. So let me go ahead and make sure I put those in. Let's bank. I'm gonna use this guy. Ooh, this one has 5 health. This one had, I think I need to use this one time and hope I can do all the damage. Oh, perfect. Beautiful. Because remember, he does additional damage to beasts based on the number of royals. So we're able to remove him in 1 time with that guy. Beautiful. All right, we have, I don't know how to pronounce that in French. Yep, we're gonna go with Boar. Okay, Bora Bora over here. When an enemy is attacked, reduce its drain by 2. Ooh, the mace is really nice. So the mace does 10 damage, it costs 5, but obviously it's gonna just destroy, and the spear does 2. One other thing I should mention as well with weapons is you can see how there's a black skull and then the 2 white skulls on either side. That means that this will attack only one enemy, but you can enhance or enchant weapons so that they can actually attack multiple enemies. So let's go ahead and hit next. I have 44 coins. Let's go to the shop. Actually, let's just see what we can do. Okay, we're gonna be able to upgrade some royals again. So we will again be able to either do score, multiplier, health, or damage. I'm really debating here if I wonder if it'd be worthwhile to upgrade like this guy with damage so he could take out an enemy at any point. Let's actually do that. We'll make it so he can take out anyone. I'm gonna go ahead and give him another health just to be safe, and then let me go ahead and increase the score of the Baron just because of how much health he has. So he's gonna do 100 score each time. That will be great. I wonder if I should do this guy a couple as well just to get him up some. Okay, beautiful. Next battle. Let's go ahead and see who we're gonna be facing. Okay, nice. That wolf is pretty weak right now. I also do believe I forgot to mention the fact that if you end up attacking, that ends your turn, or you can click end turn up there as well. So just like last time, we're gonna go ahead and purchase and rebank our 5 gold coins again. We're gonna go ahead and send this guy up, go ahead and promote him, and I will just have him attack and go ahead and get us victory in 1 turn. So we will get a bonus because we did it in 1 day, so that'll be a nice bonus we get. So we got coins left 23, victory bonus, and then speed bonus based on the time of day. So we just added an extra 160 coins. All right, the guildsman in reserve. Upon reserving a weapon, I will deal damage to a random enemy. One thing I also learned is that the damage to the enemy is the damage of the weapon itself. It's not just one. So I'm gonna add him to the deck because that could be nice in taking out enemies. Let's go ahead and do a battle next. Just a normal typical battle. That works for me. So right now we are BBTATBB. So far we've only had taverns as the shops we've seen. Now they're getting a little bit stronger. The bear only has 11 drain though, so he'll probably be the one I go for. I'm just gonna go ahead and bank all those guys, and we will play this, and I will put him up there. So whenever I defeat an enemy, a new one that spawns in will come in with 10 less of the drain. So if I take out this guy, I will get 89 score, and then the enemy that comes in will come in and he will have 10 less drain than normal. So look at that. It only came in with 6. It obviously increases by 8, but at the same time, this guy would have had 10 more. It would have been at 24. So we may be able to do some more damage to him. Let's go ahead and time our banks here. All right, because I will end up buying and banking and buying and banking a couple times. All right, this guy, we will go ahead and put it in our reserves. That means I can use it whenever. And again, it costs a couple score, but I can eliminate any enemy basically because of how much damage it'll do. So I will hold off on that. We will attack again. I just want to get as much score as possible. I would like to draw the royal that will get him 2 additional health. I think that would be really nice to have. All right, so this one allows me to purchase for 1 less. So what I'm going to do on this one is I'm actually going to repurchase this 8 score card. So we're going to go and bank that, purchase him, bank all. It's just faster, purchase, bank all. I'm not going to attack this time with this guy just due to the fact that he will die because it only has 1 heart left. So I'm going to actually end the turn. Perfect. On this one, I'm going to go for the gold and just continue to increase our gold because remember, gold does get you bonus score at the end. So let's go like that. And then obviously having the money so that you can make upgrades and such is also really good. So we'll end the turn. Beautiful. So either of these guys will be able to finish it off. I would like to still wait for that other royal if I can, just because it'll be really nice to have that. I'm just gonna go ahead and bank all. That'll be quicker. I will move him over. Although I guess I should have actually used him. We'll move this guy up. So that way I have a for sure basically victory when I need to, but we're gonna see if we can get the royal. There it is. Perfect. He will get us additional health. So let me reserve him. Let me promote him. Additional health. Let me go ahead and bank all of our money and everything and then attack. So victory will be ours. Perfect. And look, we have 86 coins built up. That's really nice. So again, we get additional bonus gems. We get our victory bonus, no time, and speed bonus, and then banishing. For each enemy you destroy or banish, you get 10. So do I want the Elector in reserve when promoting a royal? I gained 5 points. That would be nice. Or the Aristocrat, where again, when it's in reserve, weapons deal +1 damage. I already have a damage of 10 weapons, so I think I'm okay. Let's go to the shop. Chapel. This is when we get to enchant either royals or weapons, in which case it will basically create a certain type of card if I choose the royal, or it will allow it to multi-attack. Oh, so now the mace is going to be able to wipe out all 3. That is amazing. Now let's go ahead and enchant this general. Poisoned. So then I'm going to go ahead and remove that. Let's try it again. Bronze. I can't remember off the top of my head. There are different things, and if you go back to the main deck, and I'll throw it up on the screen here shortly so that you can see it. There is an enchant deck which will show you the different abilities of the enchantings. So let's go ahead and, because I know there's one where like if it turns gold, you gain gold whenever you play it. Perfect. So I'll gain 3 gold when I play that Baron card. Let's just go ahead and go to the next battle. I'm going to save my coins. That way, again, you get additional gems at the end of each battle and for future upgrades as well. All right. So this Drake only does 12 drain as well as the Griffin. So if I'm going to take out 2 guys, those are going to be the ones to take out. To start though, I think what we're going to do is we're going to save that 5 gold coins and we're going to draw it and then rebank it. Looks like I forgot to bank it first. My mistake. No royals were drawn, so that's a little sketchy. Okay, this guy, When promoting a royal, gain 5 points. So we'll put him up, and I'm going to go ahead and promote both of these. So I gain 5 score because of that civilian or elector there. Do that as well. I'm actually, this time though, I'm going to actually rebank the 10 points because I need to get 400 points. That's actually a significant number. So I do want to make sure that I can get things taken care of. We're going to go ahead and take this guy out. That's going to get us 248. This general's pretty strong. Look at that. Perfect. So now I can technically probably win with just the Baron on the next one. When purchasing, purchases cost 1 less coin. Perfect. That's going to allow me to go ahead and bank and make a lot more money. Yep, bank that and purchase and bank. And I'm just going to go ahead and discard this because I'm just going to wait until I can get that royal that will increase the health of these guys by 2. We'll go ahead and discard that guy as well. I will score him, score that, or bank them, purchase that back. It only costs 1. So I'm basically making 4 gold every time I do that. And then I will put this in the reserve because I will actually, let me just demonstrate it for you guys. So again, it's going to cost me 5, but it's going to wipe all 3 of these guys out. And so that gets me, again, that gives me additional coins, gets me additional score at the end. And then they do come in lower. So you see how they were at like around in the 30s or the 40s. Now they come back in at the base level. Perfect. Here's the guy I need. Reserve, promote. These guys get additional health. Let's go ahead and bank all of that. I'll go ahead and throw that in. And you can actually buy back a weapon you've used, or I could buy back a royal if I wanted, if they're in the discard pile. So there is that aspect to the game. Let me go ahead and see if this will get me victory. He's got a whole bunch of health. Perfect. We did it. I think this is my best run so far as well. So this is great news. 276 jewels added to the satchel. And again, those jewels are used to buy more card packs. The free man. This is the guy that if he is in the actual, he's in the reserve, one of my guys will get +5 damage. But when attacking, all enemy health is doubled. I don't think that's that good. It only gives one guy +5 damage, but I already have pretty good damage. I don't know if I want to give them all double. So let's go ahead and get a silver key in case we end up going to a shop that we can open up some chests. Blacksmith. So the blacksmith is going to let me upgrade even further on weapons. So we will go ahead and dive on in and upgrade this weapon. So I can ascend it, which doubles its damage and halves its cost, as well as I could simply sharpen it a couple times and then do that, which I might do that. Let me go ahead, sharpen this, and then ascend it. Okay, so it ascends it at its base amount. Beautiful. And then I do want to get a couple, I think some more boons. Let's get a couple more 5 golders, just so that way they're in the deck. And again, the boon cards will allow me to return a potential royal that has died. And I think after this battle, I might go after the boss because I think we have a pretty good deck right now. In reserves, when weapon is used, gain 10 points. Put them in there. It costs 1 less coin. Beautiful. So that means again, I can get this, I can purchase it and bank it, and I make 4 coins when I do that in the turn. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and bank and rebank that 10. So let's go ahead and bank all these. Now, the reason I don't just hit bank all is because I don't know what order it banks it in. I do want to make sure that that is on top, which is why I take a little bit more time clicking through things just so I can make sure to bank it correctly. This is why we bought the gold coins. All right, we can go ahead and move this guy up. Let's go ahead and bank these gold coins. I guess I can hit bank all now. Purchase, bank, and purchase and bank. And this guy, promoting royal, I'll gain 5 points. I think we will promote this guy. He does 100 score, so he's pretty good. Let's see, do I want to attack with him? I guess we could, we might as well. Let's go ahead and do that. And then again, when they come in, they'll come with 10 less drain. So that he only came up with 7 instead of 17. Beautiful. There's the general. We're definitely gonna want to use our general here. In reserves, when reserving a weapon, deal damage to a random enemy. So I believe I can have a total of 5 in reserves. I'm gonna go ahead and move this guy up because he's obviously incredibly deadly. And then I'm gonna actually wait. Let's go ahead and discard this guy. And just to be safe, I'm also gonna discard him. I can't remember. I think reserves is 5, but I just want to be safe. Oh, I should have attacked. I don't know why I just passed on that. Ooh, the Baron. Yeah. Let's go ahead and put him in reserves, and then we're gonna bank and buy back a couple of these. There we go. Bank it, buy it back, rebank it, and then let's go ahead and attack. Which one's gonna get us the most? Okay, 239. We'll take it. He's got 2 health left. I'm gonna wait for that final royal that does allow me to. All right, let's bank that. This I just discard. I don't necessarily bank it, and we'll bank it. All right, purchase, bank, and purchase and bank. So we should receive, hopefully. All right, so there's this weapon, which if I reserve it, I think I can discard it, but if I reserve, we'll do damage. Oh no, I don't have that character where I would do damage. Let's go ahead and attack, and let's reset these guys in their drain levels. Okay, I don't know why that did not kill them. I ended up right clicking at the exact same time that I attacked, so maybe that somehow stopped it. But we will bank, rebank, and rebank. Now, it's gonna be our final turn where we have to win, and just like I wanted, he showed up, he gives health to all my guys. This one has 4, this one has 4. Let's go ahead and attack with this one. Oh, actually, before we attack, let's bank our coins so we don't have any left over. Get our victory. All right, I think what we're gonna try to do is we're gonna go after the boss next. Reason for that is I just wanna make sure that we actually face the boss, whether or not we win. I've actually never been able to make it to the boss, so it would be nice. In reserves, upon attacking rolls in your lineup, gain. Oh, that's what I needed. Perfect. Okay, well, if I go to the shop, then it's gonna do a battle afterwards. I think we're strong enough. I guess let's go to the shop. Why not? Stockpile, so this is where we can open up some chests as long as we have keys. If I recall, we do have is it a silver key or a gold key? Oh, we have the silver key, so we gotta use it. We got a smith option. Beautiful. So now in the shop, there's gonna be another smith card or under the shop. So we got another battle. Oh, interesting. We don't have to go to 100. Oh, that is awesome. Let me go ahead then and stock up on some coins. Go ahead and bank. And what is this guy? Okay, when a weapon is used, and bank that. So I'm just curious if I should go ahead and just complete the game. Although I don't know if I can. I'll be just shy. Perhaps I should move this guy up. I'll hold that guy in reserve for now. End the turn. Means we're gonna miss out on some gems. Beautiful, but now I can get my gold increase up. So we can go ahead and bank these guys and get additional. Especially if we go to the tavern again, then we'll be able to really significantly do what we need to do. Let me go ahead and throw this guy up there, and I will just go ahead and end it. Perfect. I didn't realize battle would go backwards at all. I always thought that it would continue to increase. When enemies attack, reduce the stream by 2, a spear, or let's go with a copper key. All right, all we have are shops left and then the boss. That's nice. So we have another stockpile because we got the copper key, and then it should be a tavern or a smith at the end, I believe. Use the copper key, get a royal chest. We got ace. It's nice to have an extra royal. All right, now we're going against the boss. I guess we didn't get to use that final option. All right, what do we got? 800. All right, first principle. He has 20 health and 100 drain. So I'm not sure how to do this, but I'm guessing I do not get to use my guildsman. Let's just go ahead and bank all there. All right, and turn. It's probably just a normal bad guy boss where I have to be smart. Oh, I only attack. Ooh, that is interesting indeed. But I also need score. Wait a sec. Hang on, I actually need score. So I do need to make sure I'm going with the score and I'm buying back. Okay, I'm gonna have to probably purchase him back a couple times. Yeah, I gotta make sure I keep him on top. And let's go ahead and obviously we got our gold coins. Okay, let's attack. I'm gonna have to buy him back again, of course. I don't want to attack with either of these guys because they're not very strong. So let me go ahead and buy him back. And let's make sure we play all of our coins. Let me make sure I actually bank and buy. What is he doing? What is he thinking? No purchases left. That's fine. I will attack him again. I can't see his drain anymore, so I don't know what his drain is at. Oh no, I won't be able to get back down to that guy. Ooh, unfortunately. Let's see. Curious. I think we may just have to go and attack this guy. Whoa, my score went way down. All right, this is not good. Oh, here we go. This should finish him. There we go. We beat the boss. Having a weapon at the end is insane. Beautiful. Unlock keyring. Add keys to your deck when drafting. Nice. District rating. 1 star for banished enemies. 0 for all royals are alive. Okay, so I got a 2 of 2 of 5 stars. We unlocked a new district, and now we can go back to our payout. So this is our satchel payout. So we have 1 copper key to be available for future use, 12 new scrolls, and almost 2,000 jewels. So you guys know. So what we'll do is I'll show you a little bit more of the other items. So this effect book, this is where there's the bronze, silver, gold, burning, drowned, and poison. So when you go ahead and enchant one of your royals, they may receive one of these. So reserve does not cost a reserve. That's what bronze is. The silver is the health is locked, so it can't go up or down. Attacking gains 3 gold when it's used. Burning cannot be healed. Drowning, attacking is disabled. And the poison is obviously when reserved on in lineup, the card takes 1 point of damage. There's a couple more effects that will probably be added at some point in the game. I've not unlocked them. You then also have your card book. So the card book is when you end up opening more packs, you'll unlock new cards. So these are basically the citizens. This is the one I did unlock when I went and did the card pack. Different weapons that you'll unlock. This is the coif that I got. But then also your enemies. So you have to banish an enemy 4 times before it will become unlocked. So the bear I've banished 4 times and the boar, but the other ones they will not be considered unlocked or encountered until you've banished them 4 times. But you can tell there's quite a lot of enemies in the game. So definitely impressive. And then lastly, there's a guidebook which walks you through everything. So what we've all been waiting for, the market. Let's go ahead and open up this prismatic pack and see what cards we got. If you end up with a royal and you already have that royal, it's supposed to upgrade your royal. But again, if you end up with a citizen and you already have the citizen, you just get refunded. So first card, legendary queen, polychrome, attacking earns 2 jewels. Dude, look at her score and multiplier, 30 score and 4x multiplier. That's awesome. An envoy, rare. So it basically upgraded my envoy. You just saw his health actually went up and it's attacked it as well. Copper key, silver key, an ace. So he just got +2 attack there. So went from 1 to 3. All right, so we already had that. Oh wow, we got 2,000 back for him. Nice. Okay, so I basically almost got my pack refunded. We do have our pack refunded. That actually is one of the things it mentions is that you can actually make money by doing this. All right, we already had the mace, so it increased it by 1 damage. Beautiful. Proceed. Well, guys, let's do another surprise prismatic opening. I did not think we would be able to do 2 in a row. And let's see. All right, we got 2,000 back. We can do another opening. All right, the Baron got 2 damage increase. Okay, constituent, we get our money back. Gold key. Ooh, electric. Multi-end points are obscured and health times 3. 36 health. Oh my goodness, that is insane. Wow, the queen is insane in this game. Also, apparently you get a lot of the same and you can just redo. So I would recommend saving up 5,000 and doing this again and again. Hey, we got a jack. It's a new card. 25 score, 3 times multiplier. Not bad. And we just start increasing. All right, I'm gonna keep on open packs, you guys, until I can't. Or we'll just do one more. And if I end up not being able to, that is what it is. But if I can, I will just be done. Correct. All right, attacking, deal, damage times 2. Awesome. So I think I'm also discovering what different types of cards are. All right, uncommon, got the coif upgraded a little bit. Okay, as well as the sword, copper key, gold key. We got voter, that's another one. Ace increased by his score by +5. And hey, we got a king, 10 score, 3 times mult, 2 and 3. Awesome. Well, hey guys, again, this has been Luxuriant. Hope you guys have enjoyed the game. We did unlock those new effects, so that is cool. So this can be applied now to any of our cards. And then obviously we also have now unlocked new cards and new royals like the king and jack and the queen. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, you want to leave it a like, that'd be awesome. Consider subscribing. And until next time, as always, maximize your deductions and pay less in taxes. Have a great day.